What is up, Buttercup? Welcome to your general timeless reading. In this reading, we're going to be talking about the masculine and the feminine energy within the collective. So this could be your own masculine and feminine energy. It could also be the energy that you're seeing playing out within your relationships or work dynamics, just how you interact with other people. But just please keep in mind that energy is not gender, right? So if you identify as a masculine energy, that does not mean that you have to be a man, okay? And vice versa. So let's get into it. Let's see what the collective most needs to hear right now in regards to masculine and feminine. Okay? So let's start this. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna clarify with this deck, I think. Yeah, I don't want to. Okay, fine, we'll do it. It's very interesting to use this deck because I was actually feeling very like loving, very kind energy. This is like my shadow work energy, or other labels for that would just be it's time to work on yourself, or some stuff's coming to the surface you're realizing you want to heal or address. Let's start with the masculine or masculine. Okay. Yeah, 4 swords in reverse. So there's that healing. So you might be coming out of this healing period right now. Let's see what else. This feels very, very hermit energy. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. Very interesting. So in the masculine, we do have a feminine energy in reverse. The 4 of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is their perspective. Masculine is just energy. It's not gender, just to drive that home. With the it's a Queen of Cups in reverse, sorry. Queen of Cups in reverse, I feel like the masculine might be actually trying to embody more of their feminine, this recognition of, oh, I need to heal, I need to allow myself to be vulnerable. This part of me has been shut down, it's been closed off. They're trying to embody more feminine energy of the masculine, which is interesting because with the 2 of Swords in reverse, this tells me that they're actually trying to open their heart space. The 4 of Swords and the Queen of Cups says that this might be something you've been working on for a while now. The Queen of Cups feels very analytical. It does feel very analytical, very thought-driven. There's a need for spiritual connection here. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, this tells me that there's a big focus on the material plane. That's why that spiritual connection came through. There's a really big focus on the material plane with both of these pentacles coming up. So it's learning to surrender even in the midst of this energy of feeling lack or loss or unworthiness, right? Or depletion of any sort, whether it be mental, emotional, material. It is learning to surrender even in those states and not to cling to things, expectations, or ideas of what you want to unfold. Because by allowing your heart to remain open, you're actually going to allow yourself to receive. If you can see in this 5 of Pentacles, there's emaciated horses, right? And it's this energy of even in the lowest, the 5s are about change. It's also the lowest of the Ace to 10 cycle. It's the dip in it. It's where things get shaken up. It's an energy of conflict and transformation. So with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, this tells me that you're coming out of this. This is most likely where the struggle has been, though, for a few months now. Let's look at the feminine. There's going to be an energy. Okay, let's do the energy. No, let's do the feminine first, please. Thank you. Let's do feminine first. Feminine feels very like King or Queen of Wands. It does. It feels very... It feels a little too much sometimes, though. So there's the Wands, the 7 of Wands. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups in reverse, and the 3 of Cups. It's very interesting. Okay. The feminine's already wanting to build and take action on things. Like I said, that wand energy, that's very like creative. It's very impulsive, though. The 7 of Wands, they're guarded. They have a guarded heart space. So same process for both masculine and feminine. Same overall message of opening the heart space. And I know that we probably heard that like hundreds of times in tarot readings, like, oh my gosh, open your heart space. But this is in the sense of the fact that all people move differently. Everybody's heart space is going to open due to different circumstances. Some of you, it's going to be because you're finding your self-worth. Some of you, it's going to be because you're finally walking in your purpose, aka starting that business, showing up as yourself, allowing yourself to be silly, allowing yourself to be outgoing, allowing yourself to be all these things. This is no longer keeping the heart in the cage, whereas this person is just learning how to slowly unravel. This feels like someone who's like they've had a facade on and they're allowing themselves to be seen. Page of Pentacles tells me that they're starting to learn how to build things in a new way. You're probably attracting new friendships, new soul tribe at this time with the Three of Cups here as well. Yes, it feels like new friendships, new relationships. It feels more so like friendships, to be honest with you. New social groups, I like that. Yeah, so then we have the Empress in reverse. There's the Knight of Wands, yeah, and the Shadow Self. So here's that energy we're feeling on the feminine with the Empress in reverse. That's why it feels like a little much. It's a little distorted. It's this energy of, it's almost like I want to be recognized. Like I want to be recognized. And that's why I say always find your why. Like, why are you doing things? Why are you doing it? Because let me tell you something. When you start to just move as yourself, you're going to get the recognition that you're craving by wearing this false face. No one wants to see the false face. They want to see who you really are, because who you really are is unique to you. Nobody else is that, right? So with this Knight of Wands in reverse, this is an energy of that ambition, that drive. There's so much ambition and drive. It's just the means of learning to harness it in the proper way. And then we have the Shadow Self. So this is the parts of us that we have rejected, right? The dark inner, what's it say? The dark inner swamp is what it's called in this particular deck. It's in reverse in the spread, which tells me that you're overcoming this. But this is a very creative energy. I like this. I feel like this individual is going to have a creative channel that they're working with. Bottom of the deck is death. Yeah, so we're definitely going through ending. And then we have the karmic release followed by the Emperor. Beautiful. So we're learning how to, both energies, learning how to tackle things in a very healthy masculine while also opening up our heart space. You know, if we're talking about each individual, in order to build whatever they want to build, they don't need to go at it to prove who they are currently, right? And the present is the feminine energy. The feminine energy is very nurturing, it's loving, it's present, it's more languid than that of the masculine. The masculine is very forward thinking. It likes to move in order to create things in the material world, whereas the Empress sits in that energy of solitude, and they allow things to manifest through the spiritual, emotional, and mental spaces. Okay, masculine would take action and build things. Like this is masculine energy. Me recording this and acting on it is masculine, but channeling would be more of that feminine, sitting and embodying that. Okay, so it's learning to balance those dualities. Yeah, both are coming to an end of a very difficult karmic release here. I like this. I like this a lot. I like this. So if things seem a little confusing or a little woo right now, like up and down, that's what that sound effect was. It's because there's a lot of change. Yeah, let's use the Good Tarot. I don't use this deck often. Oh, this is really, really nice. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Whoop. Let's see what's going on here. Let's look at the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords in reverse, yeah. That's validation for me as a reader that the channel message is correct. Four of Swords on top of the Four of Air, which is the Four of Swords. I like this. I feel like this individual is learning to be more patient, or if this is your own masculine, if you're looking at this as if you're an individual, there's a part of you that's learning to be more patient. I do feel like the masculine is learning, like, if this is a single person, this is somebody learning how to tame themselves, how to work with their dualities in a very balanced way. Let's look at this Queen of Cups. Don't overthink things. Ten of Swords, yeah. And the Empress, yeah. There's a... I feel like this is a rejection of self on the side. It really feels that way. With the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Empress in reverse. They're mirroring each other, which is anticipated, right? When we have duality. Ace, you're just on other ends of the spectrum, so you're facing one another, you know? With the the Ten of Swords in reverse, and the Empress in reverse, and the Queen of Cups in reverse, I feel like this is someone who's experienced a lot of trauma in their feminine. Like if they've tried to be nurturing, if they've tried to be vulnerable, if they've tried to do these things, it's led to a very painful journey, a very painful experience. And I do think that they're trying to say like, okay, this time can be different, right? Let's look at the Two of Swords. Yeah, the Tower, there it is. Yeah, they're keeping the heart space open to allow this transformation to happen. This is great. This is great. I'm a fan of this masculine energy right now. This is really nice because this tells me that they're allowing themselves to perceive their reality completely differently, which in and of itself is very empowering. Let's get another on this Two of Swords. So then we have the Messenger of Earth. I think this is the Knight of Pentacles. I'm pretty sure. Messenger of Air, Messenger of Fire. Yeah, okay, they are pages in this deck. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, sorry, some decks have them like named differently, so I just wanted to double check. Knight of Pentacles. There's some hesitance here. This is that teeter-totter. Knight of Pentacles in reverse to me is someone who's like really trying to do something the right way. They want to build it, they want to create it, but they're doing it the right way. They're doing it in this very slow, methodical, practical way, and they're not allowing things to rattle them. Oh my god, I was like, where's all the smoke coming from? I forgot I had an incense burning. I was like, what is going on? Let's look at this Five of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Four of Cups in reverse, the Fool in reverse, and the Five of Swords. Yeah, so on top of the Five of Pentacles, we have the Five of Swords. 5 and 5. A lot of change going on here. This is an inner critic. It is. It's someone who's holding themselves, or used to hold themselves. This is their teeter-totter. They used to hold themselves to a certain kind of caliber or expectation. They're learning to no longer reject or judge themselves because of that. And that's why stepping into this new beginning, this Fool energy, might take a while for this individual. It's going to be this process of reminding themselves, like, no, I can do this. I can do this. They feel very gentle. They do feel very gentle. They feel like they're learning to embody a very healthy masculine energy as well as their feminine. Yeah, there's that Hermit energy. Let's look at the Four of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Fire. Very nice. I like this. Page of Wands. This is a very, I feel like this individual is going on like a more of a spiritual journey, whereas this one's, they feel a little disconnected, if I had to be honest. Yeah, High Priestess. Yeah, there's that spiritual journey. Nice. So this is traveling between the worlds, like where the veil gets really thin, this person's learning how to ascend to higher states of consciousness. I feel like they're really starting to explore not only their subconscious, but even allowing themselves to you might be researching manifestation at this time, because the Page of Wands is a very curious energy. It's very curious. You might be taking on new studies. You might even want to go back to school. You might be starting a new project, but these are things that you're doing for yourself with the Hermit energy there. I really like this. This is really nice. Okay, so that's the masculine. Now let's see what's playing out with the feminine. We have this Six of Swords in reverse for the ending energy for the masculine. That's just because they're in the Five of Swords. They're still working through some inner critic energy, right? Let's look at this Seven of Wands for the feminine. They feel so polar opposite. We have somebody who's really calm, really peaceful, really languid. We have somebody who's like, no, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to keep going, got to keep going. Again, you might even see this polarity within you from day to day or within a single day. That's just how you're flowing in and out of your masculine and feminine. So just be mindful of that. Yeah, so then we have there's that Queen of Fire, that Queen of Wands energy we were talking about when we first got into the feminine. Yeah, Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands, very nice. They're very, I'm not gonna lie, there's an air of arrogance to this. There's an air of, and I don't think this individual would even call themselves arrogance, but it feels that way. I feel like this individual is trying to build their confidence up, but I'd say to be wary of the distortion in that confidence, right? Like faking it till you make it is one thing, but do the inner work. Talk through things, explore yourself, question yourself, not doubt yourself, but question yourself. on what's a healthy Queen of Wands energy and what's not. Because this Queen of Wands is very guarded. A normal Queen of Wands doesn't feel a need to guard or protect themselves. Some of you, this is spiritual protection. As soon as I held them together, it felt like that. Some of you, it's spiritual protection. If you've been, okay, some of you, if you, I'm really hesitant. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to say that. There's certain things that I'm reluctant to say to the collective. Why is that? There's a time and a place for certain things. And I just don't think that I think at the end of the month we can talk about this. End of the month. I think a lot of people need to explore this because especially with this kind of energy, let's put it this way, if someone's really feeling really confident in themselves, but they don't really have the tools to back that confidence, and then you go and tell them something that they need those tools to go and accomplish, they're going to be like, oh, well, I'm this. And they're going to claim it before they even know how to properly use the tools they have at hand to actually be able to claim that very thing that we're not going to speak on quite yet. It's spiritually related. So if you're doing a lot of spiritual work, I'd humble myself, right? Humble yourself. Remember that everybody's one. It's unity consciousness. The things you see in another person are actually aspects and parts of you as well, right? Connect back to that compassionate heart. If I had to give any advice, it would be to connect back to a compassionate heart and talk to your ego a little bit and ask yourself why. Why? We're all one. Everybody is one. I am one, you are one, we are one. Three of Swords and the King of Wands. So the King and Queen of Wands. So the first two court cards out in the feminine energy. Yeah. Three of... Okay. I'm just going to call part of the collective out. If you assume masculine energy to be a man, you're wrong. Masculine energy is an energy. It is not a gender. This is somebody who gets very, like, let's put it this way. If you're claiming this feminine energy and you're actually not a feminine energy, you just associate it with being feminine. It's two very different things. This is someone who has a lot of wounds with men. This is not a masculine energy. I hold this and I feel men, not masculine, men. Ace of Cups in reverse. And it has to do with past hurts and past trauma. Like, I'm a masculine energy, but I'm a woman. Okay? There's a need to recognize these parts of... Okay, this energy actually feels really nice. It feels really calm. I feel like this individual doesn't want to see that they have this within them. Whatever hurt and pain was caused by this energy towards them, they have it within them as well. And they're actually exhibiting like mild, like same spectrum, but if this person's at this end of the spectrum, they're slowly creeping up to that end of the spectrum that they so despise and have so much hurt in because they're focused on the hurt. They're focused on the pain. They're focused on protecting themselves. Protection is rooted in the ego. An unhealthy balance of ego is when you're excessively protective of yourself. There's a healthy dose of protection and then there's not, right? Let's look at the Page of Pentacles. This is advice. I immediately just heard advice. Yeah, we have the Moon in reverse, which is great. The moon's very feminine. It's Cancer energy, but it's also this energy. It's also a 9. It's 18. It breaks down to a 9, which is completion. This is somebody who needs to learn how to build things in a new way. And I think things is actually their idea of who they are. Who are you? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? Ace of Swords, the sword of truth, right? Exactly. What is your truth? I heard reciprocity. Some of you need to really reconnect with your higher power if you've gotten very disconnected from your higher power, because that's exactly what this is about. It's about that connection with a higher source or something bigger than yourself. Over here looking like frickin' alfalfa and nobody wanted to say anything. Hot tamales. Let's look at the Three of Cups. So we have the Three of Wands in reverse. Why does this feel like distractions? I feel like someone's distracting themselves with play and lighthearted things versus the opportunities that are coming and knocking on their door. Like, if the universe was like, hey, you wanted this and I'm bringing it to you, and now you just got to go do the work and actually apply it, I feel like this person's like, I'd rather go do this. I'd rather go do that. Why is that? Why are you gypping yourself? King of Cups. I don't like this. You're not going to like what I say, but this is a sense of entitlement. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is somebody who feels like, ooh, the universe is always going to provide for me. I can just, and yeah, but reciprocity. You need to take action and do the work as well. This is like your masculine energy. Like, yeah, like, I'm so loved by the divine. I am so supported. Yes, you are. But the divine will also say, okay, I've given you lots of love and support. Now, what are you going to do with it? And if you're doing nothing with it, it's like giving somebody all these resources and you've depleted your own resources. And now you're like, are you not going to use it? I could have put that to better use. The divine would be like, oh, are you not going to do anything with that awesome opportunity? I could have given that to somebody else. What are you doing? King of Pentacles in reverse. This is very distorted. This is very distorted. I'm sorry, feminines, but it's distorted. It's really distorted. This is somebody, they're very loving. Okay, let's put it this way. Their masculine energy, how they might be perceived by other people, and how they show up in their work, how they show up in their relation, how they take action on things, very loving, very kind. How you think of yourself, very confident, very, very confident. But when you really, really start to connect to your own emotional state, you don't feel stable. You don't feel like you can actually build all these things that all these people think you can, because you're so loving and charming and you know how to do it, right? Empress in reverse. This is a very distorted energy. This is someone who, you might give a lot to other people, but you might not follow through with things. Or you might expect things to come your way and not reciprocate what's expected of you. That's that King of Wands, King of Pentacles in reverse. There's that lack of balancing your masculine and feminine. Like, here's your masculine and feminine of just your creative, passionate energy. It's imbalanced, right? And then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse over here. And this tells me that you don't feel safe or confident in yourself to go ahead and actually create the things you want to create in your mind. Because the Empress is where we manifest from thought, right? So this individual is like saying in their head, ooh, I could do this and I could do that. And they like, their heart's really, really set on it, but they struggle to really take action on it and actually build it. They're distracting themselves with lighthearted fun. They're like, the universe is going to provide. The universe is going to do this. The universe is going to do that. Nope, you got to do it. You got to put in the work. Three of Cups, Knight of Wands. Stop, please. I immediately heard socializing. Socializing. This is social butterfly. Knight of Wands is very flirty. It's very, not to say that this person's going out and flirting, but I'm just saying this is someone who likes, they like to get attention, give attention. This feels very like Leo energy, Libra energy. This feels very Sagittarius. Yeah. Pisces. Yeah. Yep. I'd check the polarity of your rising sign if this is any of you. Like, so if you're an Aries rising or Aries rising, the polarity would be Libra, right? You know what I'm saying? The opposite. Because that's your descendant. That's where your ego is. That's where you're going to see parts of yourself and others. So the people you most dislike are probably going to be the opposite of your rising sign. Just a little hint for you. Or the people you have the most challenging relationships with, I should say. Because there's plenty of people who have the opposite of my rising sign that I love to death. Like, absolutely adore them. But there's been some challenges. But it's because it shows me parts of myself I don't want to see or like to see, right? That's the purpose of those relationships. So think about it. Look into it. Let's look at the shadow self. The Knight of Wands. Two of Wands. And you have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so you know that this opportunity, this is somebody who's, I feel like it's someone who's just like, I don't want to do it yet. That's really what it feels like. I'm just going to call you out. It feels like someone who's being complacent. You're being complacent. You have it in you. Light the fire under your ass and get it done. Because it's going to lead to a very distorted habit way of doing things. And we don't need that. We don't want that. Okay? Yeah, Ace of freaking Pentacles. That's my distortion. Working on the naughty words that want to come out of my mouth. So, right? Ace of Pentacles. Very, very nice. I like this. Nine of Cups in reverse. And there's the Queen of Pentacles upright. So there's our little, right, imbalance going on in the feminine over here. Masculine was really easy to read, but this feminine, it's like, with the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck, this individual is really struggling to figure out, like, what's really going to be emotionally fulfilling for me? What is it? And so with the Two of Wands here and the Ace of Pentacles, this is like you have the choice to make something brand new for yourself. So why are you not going ahead and doing it? Let's see what the overall is for Death. Patience, which is Temperance. And then we have the Page of Swords. It's time to heal the parts of yourself you're lying to yourself about. I'm just going to call you out. I'm just going to say it because nobody else is saying it, so I'm going to say it. Page of Swords is someone who's really charming. They know how to talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. Okay? It's time to heal that part of you. You might be talking about doing all these things for your business, or talking about doing all these things for yourself, for your health, to lose weight, for a relationship, for your kids, for your partner, right? Stop talking about it, blowing smoke up everybody's you know what and your own. And start doing the work, because the divine is here and they're like, hey, it's time to do some healing. It's time to do some healing. One more time for the people in the back. It's time to do some healing. I love you. I love you so much. Bottom of the deck, we have it's Judgment. Judgment, the call. I like this. I like this a lot. And then you have, the Knight of Swords, and then you have the Ace of Wands, and then you have the Six of freaking Cups. So you're basically Six of Cups to me as a reader is not just only soulmates. It's not a soulmate here, just to shoot that in the foot real quick. This is an energy of karma, right? So we're finding the balance and the emotion, an emotional lesson. How do I want to say this? You are completing a karmic lesson by finding balance in your emotional body. Sorry, I had to walk myself through that one. That was a lot. The emotional body meaning how happy or content you are with yourself as an individual, with the work you do, with the relationships you have, with how you show up in the world, how you show up for yourself. That is what you're starting to move as. And with the Knight of Swords, you're starting to move in your truth. And that's why Judgment is there, because you're making the decision to. But that is why you need to reflect on the past and how you're currently doing things and how you've done things previously, so you can really move forward and heal. So stop lying. And you might not think that you're lying to yourself, but stop hiding things from yourself. Stop saying that, ooh, I'm this Queen of Wands and I'm this and I'm that, but then not showing up in that energy, right? If you're going to talk it, you better walk it. Walk it like a talk it. Okay? Okay. I love you. This is what I have for you. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, please book it down below. I have a few spots remaining in my Reiki Quantum Healing course that starts in January. So if you're interested in that, I have 2 more North Carolina spots open, and I have 2 remote spots open. So go ahead, check it out. And like, share, subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Check out Patreon if you want access to the zodiac sign readings, and if you want access to meditations, Reiki cleanses, aura cleanses, affirmations, journal prompts, live chats, moon cycle readings, energy shift readings, so on and so forth. There's a lot we do on there. We talk all the time. So check it out if you want a spiritual community to be a part of. I'd love to have you. And there's free 10-minute readings on there for select tiers. So I will see you